There we go. Might help if I bring it up. Hi, Rosie, Raven, and Jackie. So I'm just trying, like I said, to get the screen up on Authentique. Bear with me just for a moment. We're using a new streaming program. And oh, there we go. It just popped up. So we're trying something new. I'm actually streaming on multiple platforms so that those of you who are not on Facebook can see me also on YouTube. So you might be seeing me on YouTube, but I won't actually see. I mean, I'll see your comments, but just so you know that we are actually live streaming through Facebook, Authentique page, our YouTube page, and some of our private groups. So I'm really excited to bring this to you on so many different platforms so that so many of you can watch our live Authentique shows. So this show is done for Authentique Paper, and you can also see Authentique Paper on Facebook, and you'll also see a lot of the past videos. But what we're doing tonight is we're finishing up our little box. I'm going to bring the camera up so you guys can actually see. How's that? There we go. Much better view. So since Christmas, what we did, we started out making the box, and we went through and made 4 different folios. I've got a few more folios than you may have because I make duplicates as I'm creating. So that's kind of fun. But these were the 4 different folios. This is the one we're making tonight. Hi, Sandy. And like I said, I have some duplicates because I make the tutorials. So I really get to make extras. This one, though, is my all-around favorite. That was our first one. So I'm going to put these away and show you tonight's. This is a fun one, too. But these are fun because you can give this whole set as a gift. Be great for a bridal shower, and then she can go through and also put in the 4 different weeks of the wedding, maybe just the different ideas. So tonight we're going to be making this little guy. I'm glad to see you with us, Sandy. And for the closure, I have the little corner pockets, and it opens up, and then you just have a flap here. So they're not made, I mean, for Valentine's Day, you just have probably a few pictures that you want to put in here, but these are good size. You can cut down your 3x5s, and then this will just go back in. Aren't the cut aparts just adorable? And then we're also going to be making a swing tab. I do like swing tabs. I don't use them a lot. They're not super heavy, but for this, it works pretty good. So you're going to want something to punch a hole with, and you will want a brad. Oh, I hope he's doing better. Hope he's doing better. That's hard. So our swing tab will hold down this little fold out. So you actually can get quite a few pictures on here. You can get about 10 photos on each little folio. Hi, Judy. Oh, thank you for letting us know. Yeah, that happens with kids. And that will hold that shut. And then it's just going to sit inside of your cute little box. So mine's pretty full because of those extra folios from creating with you each week. Isn't it fun? Now it's all ready and you can give it as a gift. So we did do different colors. And we're going to get started. So I had a cutting guide over on a couple of the groups that we share with. And the best thing to do is when I'm doing tutorials, when you see with Authentique or the live ones, is to keep a notebook. Even I write down all my tutorials and all of our Authentique tutorials. So just keep a little notebook close at hand. And then you can write down the measurements. So there's a few pieces. I'm going to give you all the measurements. The first one that you're going to want, hi, Tammy, is a 4.5 by 7. Your 4.5 by 7 is this base piece. This is the base of our folio. And then the 2 gatefolds are 3x7. So you want 2 3x7s, 1 4.5x7. That's the front. Then those cute little pockets, you need 2 that are 5 1/4 long. Hi, RJ. And 3 1/4 wide. Then that little fold out on the back where our swing tab will help hold it in place. And I just used, I'll use a different one tonight probably, is 9.5 inches long by 5 inches wide. 5 inches wide. And that's all there is to it. So we're going to start and we'll score everything now so we can get all of our scoring done. So we're going to start with the biggest or the longest piece. Hi, Annette. I'm waving over here at my phone thinking you can see me. You can't see me. So it's 9.5 at the top of our scoreboard. And I want you to score it 1/2 inch. And then 5 inches. And 5 1/4. Don't worry, because to be honest with you, Heather, nobody can. Okay, these are the pockets that are on the front. And I told you to do 2 of them, and I'll tell you why. We're only going to be doing 1, but the reason I had you cut 2, because there's always an accident. So I figured if we have 2 cut, then maybe we'll get lucky and I won't have any issues, right? So 5.5 by 3 1/4. We're going to put this into our cutter at an angle. So from this tip to this tip, just right there in the grooves, we're going to cut this in half. Okay. Then you'll have your 2 pockets. Good old Fiskars cutter here. Even with the new blade. Oh no, has Heather in Facebook jail again? Congratulations, Heather. Okay, well, we'll just hang on to that little guy because it was a scrap, but I figured let's cut it now just for safety's sake. Most of you that follow my tutorials, you pretty well know why. Okay, this one we're going to score with the 3 inch at the top of our scoreboard at 1/2 inch and 3/4. It does need a little bit of a gusset. Actually, it needs quite a bit of a gusset. Hi, Sue. And boyfriend. We're going to repeat with the second one with the 3 inches at the top of our scoreboard. And we're going to score it 1/2. And 3/4. Yes, you're right. Let's go ahead and score this, and we're going to come back and score our little pockets. This piece that was your 4.5. Oh, we don't score the 4.5 by 7 because that's going to be the base. Hi, Denise. Let's go ahead and score these angle pockets. So one will sit this way and one sits this way. And yes, I heard it is cold in Florida. Welcome to Utah weather. So I'm going to put this with the angle at the top, like so. Okay, and I'm going to score it 1/2 inch. Then I want to turn it so now that the point comes up in the corner and score again at 1/2 inch. And it's totally up to you. Hi, Phyllis. I'm moving over to the right-hand side of my scoreboard. It also keeps me mentally, visually seeing which way my pockets are going so I can score now. I like to score on the edge because this is a odd shape. 1/2 inch. We need to score the bottom, so I'm just going to turn it. So now the points is going to the left-hand side and score it half. So there's our 2 pieces, and that's what we need to score. So let's just, since these are right here, I'll start with our little corner pockets. And then try not to, there we go. We are going to be mitering those down pretty far. It's always cold here at night in Utah. Okay, let's grab our scissors. Try not to cut through the score marks, or you'll get like a little hole in the bottom of your pocket. No, you're going to cut these way down. You'll see why. There we go. You basically need that so it doesn't show. Same thing here. Just kind of almost a 90-degree. Okay, same thing. Hi, Catherine. Hello. How are you? Then straight down. All right. Let's check there. So what I'm going to do here. There we go. This is such a fun collection. Now, I know your local scrapbook stores still have this collection. So be sure to check them out if you have one local. If not, you can also purchase it at countrycraftcreations.com. But we do like to support our local stores too. Okay, those are our cute little pockets. We're just going to set those aside and keep working on our other pieces. So these are going to be our gatefolds. Go ahead and fold up those 1/4-inch gussets. Sometimes, there we go. Now, if you take the little pocket, you're going to notice it's too long. And that's what I wanted, because see, I'm going to square it off so it matches the page. So don't let that worry you. And then just at that 1/2 inch, we're going to miter those corners. It helps tuck it nice and neat under the paper when we're matting. How many of you have ordered or picked up from your local scrapbook? Well, I don't know if the scrapbook stores will have the purebred patch yet, because it's adorable, and I'm going to be using that next week. We're done with our Valentine's series, so we are going to be working with purebred pets starting next week. And I'm pretty excited because that's just an adorable paper. And you may have seen it in our CHA video. The video is still here on Authentic Paper. We did it live right at the warehouse. Okay, we're almost there. We just have our 9.5-inch piece. Now, if you need to see any of the past videos, thank you, Cynthia. So Cynthia did post all the measurements. If you just scroll up to her post, you'll be able to copy and paste it. So if you are looking for the past videos and the box, all you'll need to do on the Authentique Facebook page is go into videos, and you're going to go back to December, and you'll see the box. And you will see each week we did a video after Christmas. I don't know, Debbie, but we'll take a look when we're done here. If there's a Shih Tzu on there. Okay, we're going to start by putting the gatefold on the 4.5 by 7-inch piece. See, I fold that back so that I can check the length, because you don't want this to be longer than your page. Sometimes when we manually cut, that just happens. Looks good. You can use dry adhesive or your wet adhesive. Oh, that would be cute. So Heather mentioned about doing a baby girl box. You could do that. And actually, this will hold in here. I've got 2, 4. You could get 6 folios in there. So you could do the first 6 months, or have each one for month 1, month 2. That'd be a really cute gift. Oh, tornado warning. I'm sorry to hear that. I don't know if Janice is here tonight. I didn't see her yet. Okay, for our second one. Now, the one thing to remember, so if you want to do your own like style of boxes, folios, they need to be about no bigger than 4 5/8, because our box is made for 4.5, no bigger than 4 3/4 inch folios in width. Okay, let's check that. You want to make sure that they don't hit each other or overlap. Okay, I'm going to open this and turn this over. And maybe we better not, because we might put it on backwards, right? We should have done these first, but that's okay. The first one, as long as you put yours on this way that I'm going to, you'll be fine. Or you can just lay it over. Let's do it this way. See your score line here? You don't want to glue it over. We're going to cut this after we put it on so that it's even with our page. So just a little bit holding that with my thumb, because I don't need glue there. I'm going to be cutting it. Remember, just to the score line. So when you turn it over, now you can just cut it even with the page. Hi, Sherry, how are you? And then you've got your perfect match there. I'm just going to fold that 1/4 inch down and repeat. Uh-oh, what's Catherine? Oh, you're going to Hawaii. Well, you have fun. And we will see you at the retreat in Vegas soon. Okay, again, just to the score line and to the bottom. Yeah, you want them to match. They should match just fine. Well, I know you'll have a wonderful time in Hawaii. You have fun. Okay, turn your page over. And I'm going to quickly pick that up because I just noticed I need to move it up just a little bit. Oh, I was just going to ask if you're going for something special. Yes, 65 is special. Well, I'm not, Heather. Straighten out our score lines. Okay. I already took a cut apart only because I wanted to see if the 3x4 this way would fit. I should have known it would, but I wanted to make sure. So I already did the matting on mine because I really wanted to use this one instead of this way. But you can use either way. All the cut aparts are just adorable. So that one's going to go there. You know what I left off the cutting guide? So if somebody doesn't mind writing this down for me, I left these little guys off. I just noticed that when I saw the paper next to me. So we need to cut 2 that are 4.5 inches long by 4. So I'm going to cut 2 4.5 by 4. And you should have this piece left right here. Mine's just a little short, so I'm going to trim them. Thank you. So I'm just going to go ahead and put these together. I did round my corners. So I'm going to do the same thing. And we'll build the inside next. And then we'll go through and mat this part before we build the back side. Boy, I'm on a roll here. I also forgot to give you guys the flap. Well, I wasn't even drinking. 5.5 by 4.25. So 4.25 by 5.5. For this one, you will, I've got a drawer full of scraps. And that's how I build my folios. Four and a half by 6, but if you cut 5, you're good. You can make it shorter. So let's try this again. 4.5 by 6. 2 4.5 by 4. No, change it to 6. Blake, change it to 6. Don't know how I forgot to do the inside. we're going to score on the 6-inch side. We're not done scoring at 1/2 inch. Now these little guys, you're going to score on the 4-inch side. Mine's a hair short. I had to trim mine because it wasn't quite 8 inches when I cut it in half. But you just want to score on the 4-inch side at 1/2 inch. One will go that way, one goes that way. Also, these little folios are really nice. You can add them to a mini album page or in a mini album pocket. They can be those extras that you add to your books. Thank you, Mark, for those thumbs up. And also, if you're on Facebook, be sure to go to the Authentic Paper Facebook page and like their page. And you'll always get to see what all the other designers do, from past and present papers. But we also have another group called Everything Authentic. And they're the sister group where you can show your creations, not just the design team. So it's kind of fun. Let's go ahead and put our little small ones down first. And the placement is all up to you. Totally up to you. And so I'm going to put one we're going to go about 1/2 inch from the top, and then I'll do the second one 1/2 inch from the bottom. We don't have to do any mitering of corners because it's not at the top or bottom. So this is also a good use of all of those scraps you've been wanting to find a home for. And also just go right next to that score line, but don't go over it. And I want to shout out and thank you to the crafters who are posting our measurements. Appreciate that. Hello, Linda. No, you don't have to do the top one first. Unless you want to. Because we stayed down far enough. Oh, did I not stay down far enough? Maybe we needed to. Maybe it would help if I paid attention. So, the beauty of these little folios is, that's why I needed to stay 1/2 inch. You can either pull that off. I need to stop looking at comments. Okay. So I didn't. So what I'm going to do, you were right, Heather. I didn't put that down. If I'd put it down far enough, no. I'm going to trim this to 1/4 inch because that was, I didn't stop to think. I'm just going to have that little piece there, which is plenty on this little folio, so I can clearance this. So sorry. Or you can wrap it to the back. So if you were just following me along. Oh, Denise, if you would like to join Everything Authentic, just go onto Facebook and you'll just send a member request, and one of the designers or even the owners will approve you. Or I will right after the show. And you can see other creations with the Authentic Paper and design team members and just members, but it's not a selling group. So you won't be able to post any links. It's just for Authentic creations. So there, that problem is solved. There's no magnets. Oh, let me go ahead and round these corners. And that will close. That will slide in after we get all the matting done. And that's going to hold our little folio shut. Coco went home. Yes. Sam from Authentique picked Coco up, and Coco was so happy. She was ready to see her family. Let's go ahead and turn this over. Let's just put the back on. And we've already done what we've needed to do here, except for then we'll put a swing tab. Now, one thing, you can decide how you want this to open, if you want it to open. So if you're a lefty or a righty, or if it bugs you to go one way or the other, you just switch it over. It won't matter. And you can also put it on any side. But we're going to put this down here at the bottom. And we're going to make sure it's going to fit. Yeah, it fits great. That's what I love about now being able to go on Facebook and YouTube. For those of you that didn't know that Authentique Paper has their store page, it's really cool now that you do know. And you can go on to their actual store page. And then every Tuesday night, we do a live video so that you guys get some ideas of what to do with the paper collections. Okay. Now, when we mount this, we'll have a swing tab here. And then see, it just lines up there nicely. And I'm going to start by matting from the inside out. This is 4.5, but we've lost a little bit because of these hinges. And everything's basically 7. And I have a big cutter. So if you haven't watched my live show, so I have to cut. I don't cut on screen. It's just to my left here. So I'm going to go cut a piece. We're going to measure first. So measure yours. You know, I'm going to go 4 1/4 by 6 7/8. How am I attaching the swing tab? With a brad. So you're going to want a brad. We'll use a sticker that we're going to back. Is that the one you're talking about? Yeah, oh gosh, it's been one of those days I can't think, with one of these brads. When we mount the back, we'll put that on before we do the matting. But we're going to mount the inside. I'm matting the inside. Make sure your little flippy things can close. There's my ink. I'm just using a brown. Oh, hi, Charla. How's Zuzu the beagle? She's snoring. Is it a he or she? Wilbur snores all the time. In fact, last night I had the ultimate warning because he sleeps with us. And hubby said he can't take it anymore. So I said, go sleep in the spare bedroom. But the problem is, it's both of them snoring. It's not just Wilbur. He thinks it's just Wilbur, but it's not. So I will be filming them tonight. Hello, Donis. So I'm going to film him and Wilbur snoring. I don't know what it is about beagles. Okay, let's get that glue smeared around. Now, this is 4 1/2. And so we're going to cut it 4 3/8. And now this is 5 1/2. for the inside. Gonna go pink. Gonna go arrows. So 5 3/8 by 4 3/8. Hey, I agree. Especially when it's video evidence that they're both snoring. Go pink after all. Now with authentic paper, a lot of you may or may not know. Let me tell you about authentic paper. It comes, I'm using the textured. So if you go into your scrapbook store and it's smooth, don't think something's wrong. We do get emails once in a while saying there's something wrong, but there's not, I promise. It depends on the retailer preference. If you buy it from Country Craft Creations, my preference is textured. The paper weights are the same. It just, when it comes to scoring the texture paper and different things, it just doesn't, I feel it performs more to my liking when I'm creating. So some people like the smooth. You'll have to see when I'm done or wait till the beginning of the video, Donna. Sorry, because we're like 2/3 of the way through it. These little tabs, yours are probably going to be 3 7/8 by 3 7/8. No, they're not. They're going to be 4.5 by 3 7/8 when you cut. Mine's going to be a little different because I cut 1/8 of an inch off. So measure yours. It should be 4.5 by 3.5. There we go. So I have to cut mine 4 3/8 by 3 1/4. Measure yours. And I'm going to be using the coordinating cardstock that you can also purchase with your papers. Again, if you go into a scrapbook store and maybe they don't have it, you can request that they do purchase the Spectrum if they carry it. But I'm going to use the pink. There's always the matching plain that goes with all their papers. So let me get this one cut. Sure. Yeah. And you do get the choice. So you've got polka dots and smooth, and it is that really nice textured paper. I'm going to go ahead and cut the ones for the front of ours that are going to be, I know I'm getting a little, let's do the newsprint. Now the newsprint on the back of this is really cool because it's like Valentine words, candies, different definitions. Oh, it's not? Well, the video will be saved in the files, and then I think you should be able, well, we'll see if you can save it from there. I'm sorry about that. You know, I do love Valentine colors because red, pink, and white and black are my favorite. Ultimate favorite. Of course, when I got married back 35 years ago, Oh, I wanted a black and white and pink wedding. Oh no, it was so unheard of. So I had to take the black out to make mother happy. And so I love these colors. You know, people didn't put black in their weddings 35 years ago, unless it was the black tuxedo. Well, we'll have to look into that, Heather. I kind of have to weigh the odds because it's kind of nice to bring those people in from YouTube, that aren't on Facebook and don't get to see our creations. And we'll see if there's a problem saving it, though, if it's not in the video files, which I'll check as soon as we're done, then I'll definitely maybe have to go back to the other way. I got married in November, Sherry. Yep. We did it in the cold winter months. So I wanted black, white, red with some pink. But, you know, when you're the only girl, I guess you let your mother have her way, right? Oh, you did? Okay, Diane just saved it, and it worked for her. Diane, how did you save yours? How did you save the video? Let me go over to the Authentique. Oh, Heather, you can still save it from the Authentique. Oh, okay. If you're in YouTube, no, you need to go onto the Authentique Paper Facebook page, Heather, and you can save it. The 3 little dots are still there. So you are good to go if you're on the computer. So if you can't save it during the live show, oh no, I didn't just do that. Well, my words are upside down. So you know what that calls for, don't you? Remember that piece that we had? We're going to make a photo mat. So I cut it 3 by 4 1/4. And so even though it's upside down, I can make a little photo mat there. Or maybe do it with pink. Hi, Sheila. Last year with the Valentine paper from Authentique, Sheila made me an absolutely gorgeous box. I have it still sitting on the shelf, Sheila. So I'm going to go ahead and put this one down. The second one won't have one. And then what I'll do is we'll just pick out one of these adorable stickers. So one thing I always suggest too, I always make sure I have 3 or 4 of the sticker sheets because you will use them. You will use them. So let's just put a little sticker here, tie it in. And nobody but you guys know that the wording now is upside down. We're good. Okay. Let's cut another mat. Four 3/8 by 5 3/8. Let's see what, oh, I used the red inside there, so I'm going to go ahead with the red. Oh, you know what, Becky? It sounds crazy, but you drink out of the other side of the glass upside down. I know. Sounds crazy, huh? if you take a glass of water, okay, and you drink on the opposite side with your face over, it helps. Oh, yeah, those are miserable, especially when they won't go away. Oh, you're okay. So you know the drink out of the other side of the glass. Did you fill it full of whiskey first? That really, no, I'm kidding. Get yourself some whiskey, fill that glass full, and drink out of the other side. Yes, you look it up. Drinking out of the opposite side of a glass upside down will help your hiccups, but do it over the sink. It's messy. Sometimes it will help. Oh, yeah, I did that black stripe on the inside. Pickled juice, I've heard that works too. Okay, cute. I'm really liking this. We need to mat these two sides. And before I use that black and white stripe that is on the back, I'm trying to grab that paper of the hearts. Oh, it's not on the back of the hearts. Here we go. On the back of this one. I love this one too. So, pickled juice is yummy. These are now going to be 2 1/8, and you're going to cut for this, the inside and the outside. So these are 2 1/8 by 6 7/8. So if you want to decide what you want on the front, and a lot of it will kind of depend on what you're going to use for your cut apart. That's just too much, I think. So I think I'm going to go with the hearts, just like I did on this one. So I'm going to cut 2 from this one that are 2 1/8 by 6 7/8. Then I'll cut 2 of these. But watch your directional. I'm going to have to use my small cutter. Because I can't go that small on my big one. That's not 2 1/8. I've never done that. You dip your grilled cheese into pickle juice. I like pickle juice. We get, I don't know if you guys get them where you live, but we get pickle juice slushies from Sonic drive-thru in the summer. Yeah, pickle juice slushies. They are the best. They're the best. Oh, you didn't? Oh, yeah. I make my husband eat bananas at night before he goes to bed because of leg cramps, because of the potassium. I know the inside of mine is a little wild here with pinks and reds. Go ahead and I'm going to turn this one over. Oh, you've had the slushies too? Yes, they are wonderful. Oh, no, I'm serious. Pickle juice slushies. They're sweet, but they're yummy. And my daughter has bought me pickle juice popsicles from Amazon. Yeah, I love pickle juice. Okay, now we're going to just attach these. Now, if you have the little printer that does the 2x3 photos, that is the perfect place for those 2 or 3 photos, or if you do journaling and you print it off from Word. That's where I usually do my journaling, is on my Word with cursive writing, unless you want to do it by hand. I know they say in scrapbooks you should do it by hand, but my handwriting is so bad. Oh, no. They're so good, Sandy. Okay, you're going to have to try one. Hopefully we'll be in a place together, Sandy, when you're teaching, and I'll buy you one. We'll get you one. They're yummy. Okay, that goes down. This comes closed. Now, leave that open. Okay, the paper is going to go right on top of the score marks. On those, 1/2-inch score lines. And then we're going to mat the pocket. That will be my closure. And look how cute that is. Yes, I think so. Group field trip will all go together. It is mine too, Connie. Okay. And it goes well with authentic paper. Okay, just get that over those where you've scored, so nothing will stick on your pocket. Hello, Nancy. I don't know. I know most of our Sonics out here in the West have closed. I didn't like their food, but I like their slushies. All right, let's push that all the way back. Okay, for your little pockets, decide what you want to use. And I'm going to go with the keys again. Because it kind of gives it that neutral, or you could go with the newsprint, or gosh, any of them that you want. I don't do like any measuring, or I just stick this down in my pocket. Okay, let's open that. Stick it down in there so it's a good fit. You're gonna have to trim it up anyway, and so it matches the matting. And you'll just want your pencil. Okay, once you get it in there with the pencil, just trace that out. And we'll cut this one, and then we'll cut the next one. So with my lines, now I'm going to the inside of that score line, because you want it to be a little bit smaller, and you want to get rid of the pencil mark. Okay. Don't forget you have that little piece on the bottom to cut off. Now, if for some reason it doesn't fit, take out too much of that off. I did. Let's cut a new one. If it doesn't fit when we get to that point, how did I manage that? So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to put it in so it's solid and straight. There we go. Use that for the other side. Now cut your angle on the inside of that pencil mark. And then if you didn't quite get your pencil mark, you can just erase it. Yeah, they used to wear them here too. So that's a better fit. Now what happened is I didn't quite get my score mark off. So I'm going to now trim it from this back side. I'm not going to trim my angle. When I do, I always mess it up. So just trim a hair off the back. See how that fits. And then you may have to just trim the bottom. So once again, you want to take it off the straight edge, not your angle. And don't take very much off. Just a tiny bit at a time. Okay. Oh, I like their yeah, their limeades are good too. Oh, so you do have them there, the Sonics. Well, then in the summer, well, see if they have the pickle slushies. You know, I don't know about, I know in the Midwest, everybody was telling me how good Sonic is. They're not good out here in Utah, and I think that's why they closed. Okay, the second piece. Again, this is going to be about the same. It's 2 1/8 inch. I was thinking the same thing. I'm hungry too, but hey, we got crafting to do. So that's not going to quite do it. Don't want to do that. I have another scrap. Just so we don't mess it up. You can also use the 6x6 pad for these smaller pieces and parts. There we go. Again, I'll draw that line straight up and then we'll cut it. There. Now we're going to cut this straight so I don't waste it. And I know I'm wasting it here. I just don't want to get that too short. But now I got a nice square piece. Again, line up your angle in your cutting guide right there. Come on the inside of that. So you can cut the pencil mark off. Hi, Trish. Ooh, that one came out perfect. A little more border than that one, but that's okay. Because if you're not happy with it, you can just cut another one. Hi, Irene. Oh, we're feeling, oh, you guys ignored, but you can still see me, right? Let me see if I can also get on YouTube with you guys. Like I said, we are in 4 different places. And you should hear me. There we go. Okay, now I'm also on Facebook, YouTube, everywhere. Irene, I am seeing, oh yeah, I'm seeing your comments. I'm seeing all of them. Nope, you do not have to be a paid member. Tamara, where were you looking? The tutorials are on the Facebook group Authentic Paper. And they are free tutorials. Nothing is paid. You just need to, of course, buy your supplies. It will stay on YouTube. Okay, there we go. Much better. We're going to go with it. And no, all the, goodness, let me get you the link. Let's see if that will help with the authentic paper. Oops. And there we go. I just posted the link to the authentic paper on Facebook if you'd like to find the tutorials. They are in the video file. You just click on videos to the, it's easier to find it out for me on your computer. If you go to the videos, you're going to see a whole video file. Just click on more from last year for the, I've been doing this now for 3 years for Authentique, with Authentique, and a lot of great tutorials. So you're going to want to go through old collections and you'll see lots of stuff, lots of creations. So there's the front. Remember, you can either cut a 3x4, and I did double mat the 3x4 if it's going vertical, because it's bigger. Your horizontal, you're not going to be able to, and it will, mine's pushing it out a little, but that's okay. Because on the front, I used the key before that is on our cut aparts in the center. I'm going to use it again. So you'll just want a scrap piece of your cardstock, whether it's the black, it can be any one of them. John, you know, the only one I know, the Fiskars I have to use, but the Dolly 550, I've got all of them. But the Dolly 550 is my favorite. It cuts my chipboard. It cuts everything. Even with the new blade, my Fiskars, but I have to use it because the problem with your bigger, you can't cut small things. Tamara, are you in which group? You should see some comments. And I did see them when I went to every group. You can't take, yeah, you really can't take your 550 to crops. The dolly cutter is very large, but it's, I'll tell you, it's incredible. It'll save you a lot of work. Blade never has to be replaced. Yeah, it's self-sharpening. So what I did is I just placed this here. It's not really going to hold it shut, but I really like that cut apart. It is pushing it a little bit. So I'm just going to glue the one side. Just a little bit of it. But if you want, like I said, if you want it to come together better, then go ahead and use your cards. Or you can put this one in there too. I mean, it can go vertical. Okay, let's do the back. Okay. Oops, we're going to open this all the way. Same size, 4 3/8 by 6 7/8. But don't put it down yet. We need to make our swing tab. So choose the paper that you want to use. On the original one, I did the newsprint. I just love this. So whichever you choose, we just don't want to lay it down. Yeah, I've got a perfect piece here. I'm going to use the keys. Okay, one thing that helps. Well, let's go ahead and do this. If you have any clothespins, or you have some, removable tape. So I'm just squishing this. So this is my gusset from the front. I'm going to place it where I want it. I'm use my clothespins. Make sure that's where you want it. Now for the swing tab, I used this pink one before. These were like faux hinges, they call them, but you can use any one of these. We're going to back it on cardstock, and this is kind of cute. I did use it before. Thing is, you want to make sure it's going to clear, and it will. So I just hold it and I kind of manually play with it, and then kind of center it in the paper. This one's great. It has a hole there, but you can also just eyeball it. But we need to back this so it's stronger. And it's not sticky. I do want a border, so I'm going to place it accordingly. There's my brad. You can also do this in your cutter. But you'll find if you have these yellow BK Success scissors, you can fussy cut, because if I can fussy cut, you can fussy cut. What's wrong with Wilbur? I don't know. I think he's snoring. You missed it. The little beagle was out howling just before I started my live show, so he got it out of the system. He's kind of tired. He's been playing all day. And using one of the stickers like this is great because the hole's kind of already there for me. And I know this brad, mine, I need a big hole. You don't have to use this big of a brad unless you want to. So it's going to go there, and we're going to do the same now on our paper. Oh no, you know what? I have a grandbaby upstairs. And they stopped by, so she's upstairs, and that's what you're hearing her laughing. You know that 3-year-old laugh? Yeah, that's pretty cute. So we're going to go down here, punch the hole where we marked. Okay, I'm really pushing hard. Well, don't forget, if you missed anything, it will stay recorded. I have found the main thing to do with these is to really push hard and get them closed. The tighter it is, the tighter your swing tab will be. So don't be afraid to push. And then I do like to cover this with score tape. Even though I'm going to use the art glitter glue, this is like an immediate hold. Stuck on my tape. Well, if you're getting a spinning circle, it is going to be probably your internet. You know, it's getting time for a new glue bottle, and I'm getting worried. You know, our glitter glue doesn't ship in the winter, and I've only got a few bottles left, so we got to get some spring here soon. Keep our fingers crossed. Like I said, swing tabs are fun. I don't use them on big projects. A lot of people do and like them. If you're going to use a chipboard, it is better luck. But for something small like this, I really like to use them. And it's fun to be able to use your cut-aparts or sticker sheets. Oh, there goes one of the dots. Okay. So see, like I said, unless really bring it down closer, swing tabs. And it will hold down because it's going to hold down from the weight of the paper too, but it holds enough to keep it in place. Me? You should see the left of my desk. It's a disaster. Okay, now we can do the fun stuff. We can do the matting on the inside. Again, I kind of just kept to what I used on the front, which were just scraps. And these are going to measure 4 1/4. And we already know it's 5 because we cut it 5. And this one should measure 4 1/2. So this inside one is just 1/4 inch bigger. You can see it there. And I do that because have you ever been going through a project and you open it and you forget to open it? I've done that so many times. This way you'll see that background paper and you'll remember to open it. So we're going to cut 2 4 7/8 by 4 1/8. 2 4 7/8 by 4 3/8. Yeah, I am down to. So I've got this good one left. I'm going to use both sides if I can get them both out of there. Let's see. Nope, the other one's too short. So I'm just going to go back through the pieces that I've already used and cut, and I'll go ahead and cut those for my matting. Okay. Oh, that's going to be cute. I just love it. Just love it. So that one's going to go right there. So I'll put the red hearts because it kind of just looks like it belongs together. Oh, are you? Oh, good night, Diane. I'm so glad you stopped by. Hey, Lillian, how are you doing? I'm glad you popped in. It's pretty bad. You know, it used to be we went from our tape to conserve our tape. We went to our glue. Now we go to our glue to conserve our tape to conserve our glue. It's funny how times change. I know. Yeah, I'm hooked on those two. Three things I'm hooked on. Score tape sheets, 8.5 by 11, authentic paper, and my art glitter glue. I sometimes find myself just going to this Valentine's paper for Love's Notes. I've used it for some cards for weddings because it just was a beautiful wedding card. And I did a little folio that was for my granddaughter's prom. And so it does have some other uses here. And let's go with the stripes. I did not ink these edges. I've lost my ink dabber. Well, there it is. Oh, Tammy. Oh, it's after 4 a.m. Well, thank you for staying up for us. Or are you just getting, oh, you really should go to sleep. You haven't been to bed yet? No, I'm one of those. I have no trouble going to bed. 4 a.m. Oh no, I'm still in bed. Something just went flying. Well, good night. I hope you get a good night's or good day's rest. Tammy, aren't you in Israel? Okay. Cute little swing tab. And this definitely needs some color on it. I don't think that will fit. This is going to need some foam tape or foam dots. I do have a few left. I like these. A little dot of glue back there. Again, you've got plenty of space for just some fun little photos. I did not do really any decorating to the inside except for this inside cover here. And I just added one of the stickers, and I'm going to actually put this one up at the top. I don't need an alarm. I have a beagle. For those of you that have a dog or a cat, you totally understand. Okay, don't forget to put that one down. We're going to close our cover. And one thing we're going to do is I did make the little flowers so easy. So if you have a punch, put the cut apart here. A couple of punches that are really cute for this is your heart punch. Any of the leftover, because I know from other projects you've got leftover enamel dots. And I just about used all of those. So I won't have any for this project. But I'm going to punch out 8 little flowers. It doesn't matter what size, or just so you have a small flower punch. And coming into my scraps here, let's see, what do we want to add? I did pink there. I think I'll just do the same. So I did 2 for each flower, and I did 8. Oh, that side's cute with the hearts. Look at that. Let's see. Do I have any colors that might work? Because to be honest with you, you do need some enamel dots for your centers. So let's see if I've got some colors here. Oh, I do. Any will work when you're going with the whites. Here I just did the green to kind of symbolize leaves. Oh, thank you. You know what these are? Color Street. 10-minute manicure. You put them on, they never come off. Well, they come off once you get them off. So pick whichever side you want. I want this to be the front. So I'm just going to turn these over and take my bone folder. Very simple. But you're going to do it to all 8. Don't pull too hard. Just put it under and kind of roll it. Or you can use, if you have your flower shaping tools, but for something like this, yeah, don't pull too hard. You'll kill the leaves. I don't usually get out my flower shaping tools, the mat and the roller balls. Okay, these are Color Street. So if you're interested in them, just talk to me later. They go on in 10 minutes, but they don't come off too easy. You got to soak them. And look, they match authentic paper. They're so cute. They're called Color Street. They last through everything. They'll last for 2 weeks. Then you take them off and you put on a new pair. I call them the crafter fingernails because they're perfect for everything that we put our hands in. But they look like that. And then they turn into this. They're real nail polish. You get them from me, Debbie. We'll talk later. Here we're selling paper, not fingernails, but they do look lovely with the authentic paper. Thank you, Heather. Heather will handle this. Mary, yeah, Mary, actually, I'll link it here in a bit. I'm going to link it for you. So I just use art glitter glue. And then just take your little petals and kind of stagger them. There we go. Just stagger them. That's all we're doing. I have to tell you, Sam and Brett, that they own Authentique. They were at CHA this weekend, or Creativation. I stayed home because I'd work. I had to watch Coco. Coco is their pug. And so last night they were finished and Sam called and I let her talk to Coco. Have you guys ever seen a pug curl up her bottom lip and cry? Me either. When she heard Sam's voice, bless her heart. Oh, that baby just started crying. I felt so bad. Okay, I'm going to put centers in. So I'm going to just use these little white dots. And however you like to put them in, I do use glue on everything. If you notice, it just makes everything permanent. Mary, you get them from me. Just center those. I thought I didn't have any more of these left. And now you just want to decide where you want to put them. Kind of deciding what you want here. Okay, lay down there. While that's drying, let's go ahead and cut out a heart or two. So this is another great way to use your scraps, especially if you have little ones around. If you have little ones that want to sit there and punch for you, oh, you can put them to work. I am using artisan cardstock. It's the artisan linen that I sell at Country Craft Creations, but it is it's a partnership type with Authentique, but it is made for Country Craft Creations. And it's about 95%. It won't crack. Now, during the winter months, like any paper, you're going to dry out. So fold that in half now. I'm just kind of holding it. But it's wonderful cardstock. And it can be found at countrycraftcreations.com. And of course, check your local scrapbook stores. There we go. For the collection, but if they don't have it, and you mentioned to them to bring it in, you can get it from Heather. Just posted the link. But we've got to support all the stores because it's what keeps Authentique in business. So we want to support all of our scrapbook stores. So that, of course, will need to dry. And then down here in the bottom, these have been probably my favorite stickers right here. But this is a pretty cute one, sealed with a kiss, but it's going to be too long. And we do have plenty of hearts. So let's take the kitty, put the little puppy on the inside. I'm going to just tuck that up under. Then we have our little owl. Now that will flatten. That's okay. When you take it all you have to do is pop it up like a butterfly. And there is your folio number 4 for your cute box. So there was the one we did last week. Again, each video is in the video files on Authentique. And the videos are free. You're welcome to use them. And from Authentique, you can share them. And we do encourage you, if you are a scrapbook store and want to teach any of these that I do live, you certainly can. We just ask that you link back, of course, to Authentique paper. This was our first one for those of you that are just joining us or seeing us on YouTube for the first time. So this was a long project that we've been doing since December. And then a pocket, so you could even put money orders, gift cards in there. And then this was our first one. This was our first one. This was our second one. So this one was a little bit bigger because this one has accordion pockets with cards that you can put in there. And you've got your accordions. So we did this one. This one, like I said, is one of my favorites. And it's the biggest. Okay, guys. And the box. Of course, the box is there on Authentique. We made that back in December. And I will see you next week. And I hope that if this is the first time you've joined us, that you'll join us over on the Authentique Facebook page. Make sure you like the page. And you'll see, you can see all the new paper lines coming out. And every Tuesday, you'll see a live video. And next week, we're going to be using the purebred pets. And so I do want to check that because, was it Linda? Somebody asked me if there is. See, now I've got duplicates. And so you can definitely get 6 folios in your box. Pretty cute. I love this. Okay, let me pull up. Let's pull it out and let's take a look. So for those of you who are, like I said, just joining, purebred is now available. And we had a request. Let's see if there's a Shih Tzu on here. And let's go ahead and look at it, since some of you have never seen the live shows. This is purebred. This is the collection kit. And it is beautiful. Oh, it was Debbie. Okay, Debbie, we're gonna find out. This is just beautiful. The colors are rich. Look at the fur. It's the fur paper. Well, we've got a Brittany. Now, I used to raise Brittany, so that's beautiful. We've got Siamese kitties. There's Coco, the Authentique pug. And then we have footprints and dog cans. Oh, thank you so much, Karma. I appreciate that. The detail in this paper is amazing. I want you to look close. Do you see those paw prints? Those are paw prints within the damask. Isn't that so awesome? And it's generic, so it can be cat and it can be dog. And there's those little paw prints. Love this tapestry look. Now, it's got some beautiful papers in here for masculine cards. So also think outside the line. Think outside the box. Because you take, something like the back of this. You've got some beautiful Father's Day and masculine birthday cards. A lot of times we forget we can use it for other things. So this one has the cats. Oops. It's noisy, I know. Cats and dogs. So you've got cats on one side, dogs on the other. And there's our beagle. And there's Coco and Wilbur. So do we have a Shih Tzu on here? Is that a Pomeranian? Debbie? I'm looking. I'm not 100% sure. There's quite a few in here. Look at this one in the corner, Sherry. Sherry, don't you have the black and white dog? And I couldn't tell you what it is because my brain's not thinking tonight. I just noticed that down in the corner, and it's with a beagle. Again, we have a plaid with the footprints. And yes, it can be used for cats, but oh, isn't this just gorgeous? This just takes my breath away. It is stunning. Now, the whole thing about this, purebred pets, we do have a lot of purebred. Yes, the Bostons, we have purebred dogs. Wilbur is a purebred. I did get one. Oh, that's okay, Margaret. But, even our animals are purebreds in our heart. So the pets are just beautiful in these collections. And then on the back side, you do have your journal cards for your cats. Again, great sympathy cards if you unfortunately might need one. Cute sayings. And that's true. There is no such thing as just a cat. Okay, so you've got the journaling cards on one, the beautiful graphics on the other, and then here we have our dogs. Exactly. I have two. No, I have a purebred Heinz. Absolutely. She's part beagle. These puppies are just the sweetest things. Pretty cute. And then you also have your journaling cards on the back. And they're basically the same sayings as the cats. Then we've got our sticker sheet. Hi, honey. We have our sticker sheet. Love this girl. Love this boy. Pretty cute, huh? So your sticker sheet's pretty evened up to cats and dogs. And pretty generic. You can use either or. And that is purebred. That's what I'll be using next week. Yes, this paper is absolutely adorable. They did an absolutely fabulous job with especially the colors. The colors are just amazing. And again, that is out. So check your local scrapbook stores. If you're wanting it right now, I do have it in stock at countrycraftcreations.com. And I'll see you guys next week. And don't forget, we have a really awesome Facebook group, Everything Authentique, where you can show us your finished designs with past and present scrapbook papers from Authentique. And you'll see the design team. Kathy posts on there all the time. Beautiful work. Gosh, I can't name them all. There's so many wonderful designers out there on Authentique. So be sure to like both pages. the store page and the group page. And I will see you guys next week right here. Oh, there we go. On Authentique. Good night.